everyone has heard about Murphy's Law, that if something may happen negatively, it may happen or will happen, and we should take into consideration this fact. Or if there is one of many ideas, these undesirable ideas that may happen, it will happen, and we should take into the consideration in our business plan this. So on the top of that, in our lives we also experience this Murphy's Law. We also experience, because how many times in our lives we have been considering that something may happen negatively, and it actually happened. It happened. So we actually have this experience of this law, and we don't want this law to take in part and be in our lives. We don't want that, do we? Now, if this is so, if this is the way, we should know what kind of law is that. It's not law anymore. From the spiritual point of view, there are two powerful, we could say, entities that they create this law. And there is differentiation between this law, of course, because there are issues in our life and circumstances that happen ad hoc, I would say now, and there are challenges. This situation may be challenging, yes, but sooner or later we know how to figure it out, and we work that out, and everything is okay, it's smooth again. That's okay. Then we just think about it, why we didn't see that before. It took our, I don't know, a week or 2 weeks before we actually figured it out. But I am saying about something that is painful. I am saying that something we don't desire, we don't plan. It happens to us. It's chaos. It's painful. It's tragedy. Nobody wants tragedy in life. Nobody wants to be healthy and then figure it out and got to know from the doctor that it's terrible. Nobody wants to have a business for 15 years and then suddenly something happened to it. Nobody wants from that, and in the same relationship. So why this is happening? We know that from news that every day there are so weird and odd circumstances that why they are happening to all of these people. We don't want that. So there is, of course, a reason. And when this happens, for example, let's say that there is a person who is on its own and doesn't have a partner. So this person is suffering. It says, oh, I am in a pain. It's strange that I'm in a pain, because other people, they don't have these issues. And it's the same with business. And we are being born healthy. We are being born happy. We are being born fulfilled. So when we open a business, for example, nobody has a tragedy in business straight away. It takes sometimes 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, or 20 years. And then suddenly the foundation are trembling. It's rumbling everything. Why? Why? We have been thinking that for 20 years this big corporation wouldn't have any problems. And then suddenly it's shaken. Why? We don't want that. We don't want that with our health or our close, our family health. We don't want that with our friends to be happen, but it's happening anyway, anyhow. What is going on? The first thing we should know, and it's very serious, is that when this person is in pain, when we are in pain because this tragedy happened, now what are we saying? We're saying that this pain, it's a cause. It's a cause, it's not the effect, it's a cause that if I figure it out, this something, whatever that is, then everything will be smooth again and the effect will be beautiful for me, colorful. I will be fulfilled. So, for example, if there is a person that is on its own and doesn't have any partner, this person thinks that if it had a partner, everything would be beautiful in the future. The rest of the life and the family life and the business, everything will be beautiful. But it's not going to be beautiful. This is what we think. This is the way we think. And also, let's say that right now you are going through difficult challenges. What are you thinking about? You say that if you get rid of this situation by psychologist, by, let's say, lawyer or a doctor, the rest of your life will be beautiful. The sun will be shining all the time. So we are saying actually, or you are saying, that this is the cause. And the effect will be beautiful. But it is not. It's not the cause. It's actually the effect. The cause is somewhere else. The cause, the doubt, and the fear is somewhere else. The doubt is in these two entities. When they are joined together, not only one of them, when there's only one of them in our life, then there is an issue that we can resolve on our own. But if they join together, these two entities, and I will not tell the name of these two entities, I will just say that one of them, there is a Hebrew two letters, Bet and Lamed, and in the second is also Bet and Lamed. When they join together and we take these four letters, there is another word in Hebrew called, that gives us this uncertainty, that gives us this pain, that gives us this tragedy. Omek. We don't want this. We don't want this word. We don't want these circumstances, because then there are two things that is happening. First, the light turns off. Can you imagine you are living in your life, in your house there is a lot of light. In your house there is a lot of light and you can control this life, whatever you want. And then suddenly the light is turned off. Suddenly it's off. Now what are you going to do? You are in stress. You are under the pressure. You say, oh my God, I have to work that out. I have to work on this. So we go and try to figure it out. This is the first thing. The light turns off immediately. Till then everything is okay. Day by day we say, oh, that's a beautiful day. The second thing, we invest in this pain because we feel pain and we say, this is the cause. This is the cause of everything. I have to work that on. That's the second thing. We don't want this pain and we don't want to invest our consciousness in that. Yes, of course, we have to figure it out, this something. But we need to understand that the doubt is somewhere else, that the doubt is in entities, that they try to figure it out. They are looking for around us how to harm us, how to give us these circumstances we don't want, these traumatic circumstances we don't want. So why they take place? Because we don't have the security, we would say. What kind of security? I would say protection around us. We need the protection. And when we are being bored, we are healthy. When we open the business, everything is okay. Just later on in the process, we don't have this protection. Why we should have the protection, we ask Michael. I don't need this protection because everything is okay in my life. Everything is okay in my business. Why I should work on the protection? What are you talking about? Look, I have everything under control. In my house there is a chair, there is a sofa, there is a table. I know everything, I see everything. So if we see everything, why the light is suddenly ad hoc turned off? Why? Because we don't have protection. So what are we going? In the first step, we try to find a way to turn the light on again. And that is a mistake. Why? We are using this doctor, we are using, and we should have used, but we are using this doctor, we are using this lawyer, we are using all of possible people to turn this light on again. But 5 minutes later, somebody else again turned this light off. And that's merry-go-round, you know, merry-go-round. Do you want to live in that way? I don't want. But it's difficult to work on security, I would say, or this protection, spiritual protection, if we tend to think that everything is okay. It's not, but we don't see that yet because the hole inside the protection could be big or could be very, very thin. We never know that. And therefore, sometimes it takes 20 years before this, we know that someone who is close to us, it's got seriously sick. Now, we can reverse, rewind. We can really heal this process, whatever the process is. Business process, success process, money process, financial process, or health process, relationship process. We can do that, but we need to have the protection and keep the light all the time. No matter what the switch will say, on and off, the light is on. That's what we need. We need protection. What we should do to get the protection? We should, in the first place, work on that by meditation, spiritual meditation. What is the spiritual meditation? We should use the Hebrew letters of the meditation to put on our consciousness every single day, to build the protection, to put on the circumstances, to transform the circumstances, because this letter has the power, this meditation has the power to build the foundation, to transform these entities, to not allow to go inside us. So if you think that, oh, it would be good to have this meditation, please write to us and we will send you this meditation to work on them every day, 3 times a day, to build up the security shield. This is the story about Murphy's Law. And I hope this will help you, that will give you the food for thoughts.